Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. On Tuesday evening, February 20th, Manhattan Concert Productions will present Broadway classics in concert. This star-studded event will feature songs from some of Broadway's most beloved, award-winning composers and writers who we caught up with here at Sardi's right before the legendary night.
Well, Hunchback was a project that was brought to me and Stephen Schwartz by Disney Animation, and we had just completed Pocahontas, I think, or maybe we were, reaching completion, and the subject came along. It was unusually dark subject matter for a Disney animated musical, but really exciting, exciting world. The weight of the Victor Hugo, the historical importance. I was really jazzed about doing it, and that was back, I guess, I want to say maybe '95. Some of the songs we've written post the animated are some of my favorite songs. Things like "Top of the World," or "Esmeralda." So I love the songs we've added. "Made of Stone." And Stephen's a great collaborator. It's great to work with because he's so in the world of musical theater, loves diving back in and sort of redissecting something and putting it back together again. And we have a great time, in the room together, just kind of playing and seeing what we can add. And we have the trunk on Hunchback is pretty enormous. Conceptually, we knew we wanted to be classical, romantic classical, French, a little bit of French Boulevard, which now most of that's out of it, but for the Gargoyles, we had that originally. And the liturgy of the church and a little bit of the Gypsies. So it's that kind of world. But uncharacteristically for me, I actually had, let me rewind and say, I had gotten Yamaha makes a piano called a Disclavier, and you can play in it and it will record. And I thought, oh, what a great toy. You put in a floppy disk. And I got my Disclavier, and I just started sort of enjoying having a grand piano, my first grand piano, and just playing these ideas. And there's a number of musical things, actually two of them in particular that I wrote. It was just musical pieces that were very sweeping, and I recorded them. And one actually ended up being the Epiphany and God Blesses Everyone from A Christmas Carol. And the other ended up being Out There. What happened was Stephen and Carol Schwartz came over for dinner to our house, and they said, I got to show you my new piano, and I wrote this piece of music, and da 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 da. And when I got to da da da, Stephen said, oh my God, Out There. I said, oh. So basically, it was one of the few times I wrote a piece of music and the music was not designed for the character and for the moment, but it worked perfectly. And that really was sort of that piece of DNA that really unlocked a lot of the heart of Hunchback. Now, I kind of feel like it was meant to be. I don't know why, but I just do. And I loved it as soon as I wrote that piece of music. It had so much, to me, depth, and it's so much reflection of Schumann and Brahms and class. Basically my upbringing as a kid practicing my classical repertoire. And it's one of my very favorite songs of anything I've ever written. It's one of the songs I always perform. I love performing Out There.